All praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai by Shem Kakodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, who have helped me be able to understand these scriptures, basically unconfusing me, unconfusing me from what I had from what I had started to learn when I had came into these when I started, from watching all these camps, man. That's the only way you really could learn is from listening. So I wanted to learn, so I wanted to listen to whoever had anything to say. That's where you fuck up at. So the book of Acts, chapter 22, verse 14 and 15. Matter of fact, let me go to 12 real quick, because when I had read that before I went to sleep, something jumped out at me. And one Ananias, a devout man according to the law. So, some people might say, that guy's alright. You know what I mean? Of course he alright. You know what I'm saying? He be fronting people and helping them get on their feet, or he alright. You know what I'm saying? He makes sure all the holes is good. Like, come on now, bro. The scripture says, in one Ananias, a devout man according to the law, which is what makes one devout. Now, let me see. I learned this from Granddaddy, Apostle Tahar, when I had first started putting the video up, not knowing what the hell I was. I just didn't know how to use the Blue Letter Bible. I just say that when I started putting videos up, and I heard Apostle Tahar from GMS in New York City say, click on Interlear, boom, 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 and then I was like, wow, why didn't nobody tell me this? And then I think Natas Akbar from North Carolina has said that before, but he didn't show me, so I couldn't see it. I couldn't figure it out. So matter of fact, here it is right now. This is how you do it. The book of Acts, 22, I believe. Yeah, 22. I think it's 22. Yeah, 22. 14, 12. No, we had 12 now. So when you do let me look at the phone. Goodness gracious. When we do the Interlear, it's right here in the Blue Letter Bible. And we're gonna look at the word devout.
Strong's G 2152. You said base. You said base.
He said base. I always had a problem learning languages. Let me see, Greek. I would only want to learn that for their women, so I don't. Pious, dutiful. So he was dutiful. Dutiful. That sounds weird. That feels weird to say. Dutiful in the law. Let's see. Strong's definition from G2095. Well reverent, pious, devout, godly. Well reverent. Let me see what the word reverent means in the real world. Not my little head. Reverent. Online etymology. I learned that as well through GMS. Etymology means how did the word originate? What was the like yo? I wonder what the first reason for yo was. Like what does yo originally mean? Like, I don't care, but honor, respect, defense. So he was well honored, respect, defense, and this is what the scripture says. So the book of Acts chapter 22 verse 12 says, and Ananias, a devout man according to the law, having a good report of all the Jews which dwelt there. Okay? And the reason why I read that is because of what I wanted to start to read first. That's the level that that's the level that the house of David that's back on the earth will be shown to the world while all hell's breaking loose. So chapter 22 verse 14. Well, let me read 13 again. Came unto me and stood and said unto me, Brother Saul, receive thy sight. Why? Because we're blind, walking in darkness. Saul was walking in darkness. Yes, he knew the law. Yes, he got love from somebody, hate from others. You know what I mean? But he was walking in darkness. So Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, had to bring him out of that darkness. And it cost him his eyesight for a little bit. And honestly, now that I think about it, even though Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai showed me the light, and it might be like this for other brothers as well, I don't know, because I really haven't had nobody to fucking talk to since I started rocking with GMS, because don't nobody like GMS for some reason. I wonder why. But anyway, once that light caught my attention, and I just couldn't take my eyes off it as I was hearing what I was hearing. You know, is that how it works for us, y'all? I mean, not for... anyway, is that how it works for some people? Because I don't know. It's like even though I heard the voice, I see the light, I saw the light, I was still like unable to operate on my own without somebody holding my hand, if that makes sense. Or you know, when is the day that somebody comes to us and say, yo, receive your sight, bro? Like, go ahead, get it popping. You know, because ironically, it just hit me like that's pretty much how it feels my coming into the truth is. So is it like is that like because there's nothing new under the sun, and the scripture says, you know, everything was written for our learning, and the scripture says that don't think it anything when we go through something, because you know those before us have been through the same. So let me get back to the good book for the nation of Yasha, and honestly for all nations, but y'all just, you know, it's only one first place. I'll just put it like that, you know. You know, you get to get on the podium next to the first place and have your little trophy around your neck, which you will in the kingdom of heaven. I don't, you know, I'm speaking not literally, but you know, you just ain't got it, man. You're not gonna get it, man. So the book of Acts chapter 22 verse 14. Let me check 22. Yeah, Acts 22:14. And he said, this is Ananias speaking to Saul, who has now become Paul. And he said, who is in this is the process anyway. And he said, the God of our fathers have chosen thee. So right now, Saul is going through the process of Paul, becoming Paul. The God of our fathers have chosen thee, that thou shouldest know his will. Matter of fact, Saul's whole life he was going through the process of becoming Paul. But anyway, and he said, the God of our fathers have chosen thee, that thou shouldest know his will. That's deep within itself. You have to be chosen to even know the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's why these people walking around are not gonna make it. The women that I wanted to save so much is not gonna make it. I didn't want her to be ravished and raped and starved and all this shit. I cared for her soul. And when I stopped caring for her soul, I knew. It hit me. I said, whoa, we running out of time. When I started to hate all of my children and hate everybody in the goddamn world, I said, whoa, wait a minute. I never thought I could reach this level of hating my children. I never thought I could feel that way. When I always read that scripture, if you can't hate your children, you can't be my disciple, I was like, damn, that's kind of hard to understand. But when that spirit hits you and you realize why you hate your children, how if you would have literally fucking stoned their ass and got rid of them under the law, under the law, I already know from how we can't practice the law in this, but trust me, they gotta go. If they are not with it, they gotta go. So I hate them. Because then they don't have the chance to be with it because they're not with me. So I hate my children because I know they gotta go. They don't have a chance. Anyway, back to the good book. The book of Acts chapter 22 verse 14. And he said, the power of our fathers have chosen thee, that thou shouldest know his will and see that just one, and should hear the voice of his mouth. And only the elect have that opportunity. Only the hopeful elect desire that opportunity. For thou, verse 15. Can't look at the F and say 15 at the same, say verse 15 at the same time. For thou shalt be his witness unto all men of what thou hast seen and heard. That just made me think of this scripture that jumped out, and I knew I was watching the right camp. That which we have seen and heard, we declare unto you. KJV, I think it's Peter. No, John. 1 John 1 and 3. And Salaki, I can't sleep. I keep waking up, I'm asleep. So I'm in the bed. The first epistle of John, 1 John, chapter 1, verse 3. Matter of fact, nah. I'm just gonna have me keep going and going and going. Let me stay on point. Let me stay on subject. Verse 3. That which we have seen and heard declare we unto you, that ye also may have fellowship with us. And truly our fellowship is with the Father and with his Son, Yahushua Mashiach. And these things write we unto you, that your joy may be full. My joy wasn't full. I had joy, but it wasn't full. Now my joy is full. But no, it's not full yet. It's getting fuller. It's getting fuller. And I don't know if I was done with Acts before I sit here try to talk about anything. Look at that word. Look at these words. Salakia. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, y'all, but I'm doing it. Wow. You know what's funny? I didn't read verse 16 before I went to sleep. The book of Acts, chapter 22, verse 14. And he said, this is Ananias talking to Saul, who you might as well picture Paul. It's Ananias talking to Paul. And he said, the God of our fathers have chosen thee, that thou should know his will, and see that just one, and should hear the voice of his mouth. For thou shalt be his witness unto all men of what thou hast seen and heard. And now, why tarriest thou? Arise and be baptized, and wash away thy sins, calling on the name of the Lord. It makes me think that it's just like the elders of apostles of GMS say, you can't come into this shit and just get it on your own. Somebody has to talk to you and give you at least some sort of instruction. Some instruction. That's just how Yahweh Shah does it. That's how he's always done it. That's why you've always had a prophet. Matter of fact, Salakia, I think Ananias told him he would see, and then Saul said in that hour he saw. So let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Rise, go to Damascus, and then should be told what you should do. So that's what I mean. Listen, the Acts chapter 22, verse 1. We're taking it to the tippy top, man. Men, brethren, and fathers, hear ye my defense, which I make now unto you. And when they heard that he spake in the Hebrew tongue to them, they kept the more silence. And he saith, I am verily a man which am a Jew. So he didn't say Jew or the word J, because he spoke in Hebrew. Okay, plus the letter J wasn't until about 600 years ago. Okay, born in Tarsus, a city in Cilicia. But don't take my word for it. Look it up for yourself. It's worth a Google. Yet brought up in this city at the feet of Gamaliel, and taught according to the perfect manner of the law of the fathers, and was zealous toward God as ye all are this day. But what does the scripture say in Romans, the book of 10? Many have a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. The book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 1. Oh, I ain't gonna let you. Well, the hell with it. The book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Yahweh for Yasha'Allah is that they might be saved. So Paul wants Israel saved. And the only one that Yahweh Shai came for was the house of Israel. But unfortunately, there are some that do not want Yahweh Shai to reign over him. So he said in the scriptures, those that don't want to listen to me, those that don't want to obey my father, those that don't want to obey these scriptures, bring their ass over here so I can knock their head off with the sword. I'm killing everybody that don't want to get down with me. That's what he says in plain English. If you don't understand, or if you never heard sweet white Jesus was going to kill everybody that don't want to listen to him. That's how you know it's a complete different doctrine. How can Mr. White Man not leave that out? Yo, you better listen to white Jesus. He'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? So, the book of Romans chapter 10, verse 1. For brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Yahweh for Yasha'Allah is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. So what do they end up doing? They end up praying to the unknown God, or end up praying to Yahweh, but not with knowledge. And what happened in the book of Acts? Let me see. In the book of Acts, 22 though. Boom. In the book of Acts, chapter 22, verse 14, Ananias told Paul, the God of our fathers have chosen thee, that thou shouldest know his will, and see that just one, and should hear the voice of his mouth. You get what I'm saying? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai chooses who gets the will. That's why many have a zeal for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, or to their unknown God, or whatever they thinking, but the knowledge is just wrong. Akim. Men, women, whoever, if you're interested in the scripture, if you're drawn, if you're just obsessed like I am, then don't try to save these motherfuckers in the bandos, man. If people want to live in a bando, let them live in a bando. Okay? Okay? The first GMS group I saw was out Baltimore. And I just caught their video the other week, because they shit don't be popping up on my shit for like, for never. But I just caught them last week and on video, and what he said, what one of the speakers was saying was the house of David. When he says something about the house of David, it hit me. If you're not in the house of David, you're pretty much in a... No, he said a vacant building is not a house. It's not a home. It's a vacant building. And then it hit me. I said, what the fuck? I grew up in a bando. I'm in a bando situation unless I'm in the house of David, where I want to be. I want to be in that fucking house, man. A spot on the floor somewhere. I'll sleep in there faithfully, happily. Did it in jail before. Rather do it in the house of the Lord. Give me a spot on the floor. I don't want to be in a bando. Don't run in the burning bando trying to save everybody, man. What go down in the bandos, man? Anything goes in the bando. That's Babylon. We in a fucking bando. Anything goes. Not so in the house of the Lord. That's why many don't want to be in there. But I'm done. I just wanted to bring. I wanted to talk about that Acts 22 and 14, 15. I didn't expect all this other stuff. Kolo ya bashim ya sha bashim crocodiles. I don't know where to go next with it, but I will say because I ain't gonna sit here and try to act like I got scriptures to pull out. I'm just freestyling, and I want to thank Yahweh Shem Yahushua for having everybody that he had bringing out these correct scriptures stuck on his truth. Kolo Yahweh Shem Yahushua for the obsession that men on the earth have for your word, because I needed it. I needed it to not go postal, yo. I ain't talking about right now. I'm talking about, like, come on now. Bro, you see what's going on the earth. And the reason why I say, bro, I don't even want no women on my... If you're a woman, go listen to your man, or whoever you sleeping with. Like, don't even listen to me. The fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying? And that's that. That's all I got to say to that. Call all y'all by some y'all side by some crocodiles.